Welcome back, everybody, to day one of Tactical Games Nationals out here in Reveille Peak Ranch. I am Lauren Khalil alongside Sale Hernandez. And if you are just joining us, we have the third heat of elite women that are going to take on stage 2, the burn pit. 4 rounds of a mix of a sandbag carry where the reps go down, but that weight goes up, and then moving to the firing line where they'll be shooting about 195 yards with their rifle and 20 yards with their pistol. These women we saw from the last heat, Sal, they started off hot, and it's who at that halfway mark can keep that consistent time.
Yeah, I know this is the toughest stage I think for the for the women's elite today. I mean, it's consistent picking up sandbags, moving. So the time under tension is gonna blow your back up, blow your hamstrings up. Got Jordan in lane 1, Kalarina lane 2, Crystal Herber the OG lane 3, and Kalarina. Jin Chung was at athlete camp a few years ago, lane 4, and then Jessie Curtis lane 5.
So we actually have a mix then, because our squads, or I'm sorry, our lanes 1 through 3, those are going to be our elite women. And then Jen and Jessie and 4 and 5, they are going to be in our tactical division. So right now they're going through 12 lengths. It's 50 feet per length, holding that 80-pound sandbag for the women's elite. For the women's tactical, it's going to be a 60-pound sandbag. So as I mentioned, the weights will go up throughout. So we'll kind of keep you updated on where they are, who our leaders are, as these women get through their first of 6 stages of the day. I hope they ate right. I hope they slept right. Maybe did some recovery work before coming into this big weekend.
Yeah, today's just a filler. Tell everybody the competition starts tomorrow. Today's just, hey, come on here, shoot some stages, move some sandbags, and really it's just getting to know the course.
When you look at other sports, especially I think CrossFit, just because the training can be very similar, you'll talk to athletes and they'll talk about having almost a mock nationals weekend where there's a lot of volume. They're going through stages to try to get their body prepared. Is that something that you as an athlete, Lupe, who we saw in the last heat, will do throughout the season to get your body to prepare for the beatdown you'll endure?
No, 100%. I think that's it's keys to success is prepping a couple weeks out, have a hard 2 to 3 day weekend. And I would do the same days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so your body, your mind is used to what's going to happen in the future. Unfortunately, we were real busy during our SWAT competition season, so we didn't get a chance to do that. And Lupe, I'm gone, so she's not going to go to the range by herself and set up because she can't. It's our police department range. So unfortunately, she's having to stay home and dry fire and work out. So I actually had her do some workouts and mix and dry fire, almost like a stage. And I think the athletes that do that are going to set themselves up for success here.
And on your screen now, that's Jordan Sessions. She finished 12th at Nationals last year, but her regional season has been really good with 3 second-place finishes, and then she finished first at her first ever national event in Europe. We were in Poland this past season, and right now she is now working through her pistol, which is going to be 10 shots through that tiny port, and you have to get just right.
You have to be
in
perfect.
order to see
Yes.
the red dot. If you don't have one of these at home, is there any way to mock practice this?
I mean, yeah, you can get a chair. If you find a chair at your house and you can move it or bend it position it a certain way to where it kind of mimics this. But you have to be careful because you can induce malfunctions if you don't put your pistol in the right spot.
And there, Jordan just went through our clearing procedure, and she will start round 2. Here it's going to be 8 lengths with the 100-pound sandbag. And then all the way to the right on your screen, that's going to be in our women's tactical division, Jessie Curtis. And then to the left of her, Jin Chung. They are working with their second bag, which is going to be now an 80-pound. So they increase from 60 to 80.
Yep, this is where the breathing gets heavier. Shots seem harder, and you have to be more patient when you're up there on the barricade shooting rifle. Let's go ahead and take a look at their targets here. So what do we got?
Sale's got a great setup. He's got a rangefinder next to us.
Spotting scopes.
So, what is it?
Spotting scope.
A spotting scope.
Yeah, so I could clearly see all their hits. I can count them right now. I'm not going to say it because everybody can hear it live.
I know. They can.
But I know how they're shooting.
Can actually hear us. So if you're wondering how you're doing, just give a hand up and holler to Sale. How do my targets look?
I'll tell you what, I would struggle with these shots too. So I know the feeling that when they're up on that barricade, I would feel the same way. Is all that wobble, seeing your reticle move back and forth, and just having to break that shot when it's perfect or close to perfect. But honestly, I like these harder shots. To me, it separates a lot of the athletes.
Jen now moving to her firing line, both her and Jessie.
Yeah, Jessie just competed in Ohio not too long ago, and she did really well there. And Jen was actually in Poland, right?
She was.
Yeah, she did good.
We had a great time in Poland, too, and it really shows us the evolution and just the growth of the sport. Not only having as many competitors as we have here this weekend, 171 athletes that qualified, but on the weekend, because we also have our intermediate division that will begin tomorrow, 237 total registered.
Wow.
Throughout the weekend, and that's almost 100 more competitors that we had the previous 2 years. So just seeing that, we're going to Europe, we're expanding. We have some of the Polish crew here this weekend. We also have folks from France. It is something that's really cool to see in the shooting space.
One of my favorite videos this year was seeing Kobe, the guy from Poland. I forget his
Of course, Matt.
When him and Nick were testing the stages, and he beat Nick in the stage, the erg in the box, whatever, the shooting steel, doing the ergs, and Gil's reaction was hilarious. He was laughing, and I was like, yes. So I think I tagged Nick in a video. I was like, dude, you represented USA poorly, man. You gave us the L.
And that's really what we want this eventually to be, is we can have an event where it's, Europe versus the U.S. or a global event where people are competing and representing their home country. It gives almost that feel of being at the Olympics. It's our own version of that.
And I think my time will be long past when that comes, but I definitely see that in the future as a world championship, a true world championship, where only a certain amount of USA competitors qualify, a certain amount of European competitors. But there are some very talented athletes overseas. We see them in Dubai at the SWAT comps, and they're monsters. So once they get into tactical games, that'll change things up a lot.
Jen moving really well with this 100-pound sandbag. This is her third of 4 rounds. And we do want to note, for this stage, they must hold it in the stress carry position. They can't put it on their shoulders. They can't try to, athletes try to game everything, drag it along the turf. They must hold it in that bear hug position.
Yeah, and if you don't get a good grip with your hands, I feel like the bag just starts slipping and just rolling down past your waist, and now you're holding on, now your grip and your forearms, everything's starting to hurt. So I always try to get a good grip. I guess in jiu-jitsu, they would call that a gable grip, where your hands are kind of in that S position. And that's probably the keys to success for me, is getting that good grip on the bag. As you can see, Jen right there, yep, she's holding on.
Yeah, and she's able to grab her arms, where then next to her, Jessie wasn't able to get a full wrap around.
So she has a good grip now. I think she's going to be able to hold on a little bit easier. Crystal Herber running back. Bag that she got. Let's see here, she's taking a second. Oh, the 125, okay.
The 125, so that will be her third of 4 rounds. And then you'll also notice that each time they can't have their magazines on them. That's just something that adds to more brain power, I call it, is what you need. Remembering you put the sandbag down, you have to grab your mags. And I feel like in every division, we'll always see a handful of athletes that will get to the firing line and think, oh, shoot, I forgot my mags, have to run back. And those are precious seconds, especially when the field, like these ones that you'll see this weekend, are so competitive.
I remember in Ohio, I saw a couple of athletes go down to the shooting line. They ran down 100 yards. They forgot their mags, had to run all the way back, and you just lose easily almost a minute of time there.
And keeping in mind from our previous heat, that time to beat is going to be from Janae DeCossin, our 2-time national champion. She finished in 11:16. So that is the time to beat that this heat of elite women are going to look to put up. And then this will be our first heat of 2 athletes from our women's tactical. So both Jen and Jessie are looking to put up the top time as more heats approach this stage as we continue throughout the day.
Yeah, that's an impressive run by both of them, because I know in Ohio they got real close to that time cap. And looking at their targets, they shot very well, considering these shots are a little bit further than the ones in Ohio.
So Jen now running back to grab her last sandbag, is Jessie is just about done. So the final sandbag weight, 125 for women's tactical. And we'll see in just a moment that Jessie is also running back. So Jen is going to be just about 50 yards ahead of Jessie.
That's the fun race. Is is that my phone going off? Oh yeah, we just got called out. I better let my buddy know.
And
yeah,
this is real life. Sal is also here working. I wasn't sure where that was coming from.
Yeah, so I have somebody covering my response right now, but they just got a call out, so I got to let my buddy know that he has to head somewhere. Part of the job.
And we also talk about these tight races. This is really where how did you shoot on those targets comes into play. So if you're just joining us and you missed the previous heat, each miss on your paper is going to result in a 10-second penalty. So as the athletes come and cross the finish line, they'll clock in a time for what we like to call the physical work, but then the scorecards will go to judging. They will add up how many hits, how many misses, and for each miss, it'll go onto their total time.
Yeah, that's probably the make it or break it in this stage. You have some athletes that'll finish around the same time, raw time, and then they go look at their targets, and then that's when we start counting the misses. And 6 misses is 1 minute of penalties, so that's going to be crucial in this stage, especially rifle, because I guarantee you all the women in the top are going to be shooting pistol clean in this stage.
And even the way that Jen was able to manage that sandbag was just a little bit quicker than we're seeing Jessie now. She was able to get over 100 feet lead because she's already working on her rifle, as Jessie now will have...
Oh, she's going back to the line.
Never mind,
there we
now,
go.
I thought she had one more length, but now she's able to go to her line. As Jen now moves onto her pistol, so she'll just have...
Oh, is Jen running irons? Oh, wow, she is. Good for her. That's impressive.
As an athlete, why would you choose to do that?
I wouldn't choose to run irons personally. I like to run a red dot. Definitely sets me up for success, but I mean, she's a really good shooter. I remember her in athlete camp, and she shot with irons in athlete camp, and she shot very good. And these pistols, there you go, Jen.
And Jen is done clocking in time under the time cap. We'll get her official time in just a moment.
No, that's impressive. And some people prefer iron sights over red dot, especially if they've been shooting for years or if that's what they learned on. I mean, I have a lot of friends that still shoot irons very well. There he is. That's the guy who beat Nick Palacios right there in Poland.
He's on the other side of our screen right now. So Jin Chung, she was able to finish 11:51 unofficially, because then we are going to add up her shots. Crystal was at the far end to the left. She's working through the sandbag. I believe it's the last one for her, which is going to be 150 pounds. This will be her final time at the firing line.
Good little pace, yeah.
She might have one more round.
No, I think she just moved the 150.
Or that was the 150.
That was the 150.
Thank you, Sal.
So now she's on her last sequence here. Let's see.
And here's Kalarina Woodard.
Crystal shot pistol really well.
Also in our women's elite division.
Actually, Crystal's shooting rifle very well. Very well. She's impressive. She's always I feel like she's always the dark horse every time she goes to an event, but she always podiums. That's the thing with her. She can grind. She's good at pushing through these tough stages.
It's the sneaky, silent athletes that maybe don't always cross the finish line first. They kind of just stay in the middle, but they know their shots so well that all of a sudden you refresh that leaderboard. You're like, hey, where did they come from? When did they finish?
Like last year, Crystal finished 5th at Nationals. She made it to the top 5, and I think everyone was kind of surprised. I wasn't, because I know Crystal. I know the type of shooter she is and the type of person, and I was not surprised at all. So it was awesome seeing her up there. And she's shooting very well. I'm not surprised. Crystal puts in a lot of work.
So Crystal is in the jorts all the way to the right. Cal is in the middle, and to the left, that was Jordan Sessions. So all three of those athletes on your screen now, those are our women's elite.
So I can tell you, looking at the targets right now, it looks like Crystal is definitely pulling away with the stage just by how good she's shooting rifle. Very good rifle. It's impressive, because that's a hard shot.
And last year, you just mentioned that Crystal finished 5th at Nationals. The leaderboard, though, was super tight between her and Lupe. It was less than a percentage point. And Cal.
It was right there.
Just talking about how competitive these top athletes are. Crystal now locking in a time under the time cap. She is done.
She doesn't even look tired. She's standing upright like it was a walk in the park for her.
Jordan also finished a race to the finish. Crystal waving
Crystal's
at us
happy.
on the other side.
You
she's
shot well,
pumped.
Crystal. Good job. Very good shooting. Impressive. There's Calorina running the finish line. That's probably the hardest part, too, is you're running back, your back's blown up, and luckily it's not 100 yards. It's just probably about 30 or 40 yards.
And Calorina able to get that in just under the time cap, but what impressive finishes that we've seen from just our first couple of heats throughout the day. And also, once again, knowing that this is just one of 6 stages on the day, 14 on the weekend. Eating, sleeping, recovering, potentially body work are going to be so important. And when you have a weekend that's this fully packed with volume, that's sometimes what it comes down to on who ends up where on the leaderboard.
And you have to think about the elements here. You got weather, you got wind, you got dirt. It's not the easiest conditions. You're not in a gym in the AC, in the comfort of your own home. You're out here competing. Your guns are going to get dirty. Your shoes, you're going to get dirt in your face.
Do you clean your weapons every single night in between every stage? What have you found over the years that really works for you?
So honestly, I like to wipe them down. I don't clean them. I wipe them down, re-oil. It's been the best way to I guess, have my guns ready for the next day. And in these conditions, especially with this wind and dust, I'm going to have to wipe them down for Lupe, probably after every stage, just to be sure, because you don't want that to happen at Nationals. It's here, you take that extra minute to quickly wipe it down so you're set up for success. Because I told her last night that you're going to see a lot of people have malfunctions here in this red dirt at RPR, especially your magazines. So you drop your magazines in this dirt. If you don't pay attention and wipe them down, you're going to have some problems down the road.
RPR lives in my laptop.
Oh, it does it?
In between my buttons. It will never leave. Once it gets in there, it's game over.
I think you should probably move here then. You should find a little place, get a trailer, live here. And
exactly. Just have it be part of me. Well, Sal, thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. It's been incredible to get your insight. Good luck coaching Lupe. We hope you feel better. And you'll join us later tonight when we cover the men's elite division.
Oh, drum roll.
You'll have to give us insight
I got my predictions
day.
for elite, and I'm pretty good. I'm better at predicting than Nick and Nick, so I think the people want to hear my predictions over them.
Okay, we'll have to start the show later this evening with your predictions, and we'll see how it holds up.
All right.
All right, everybody, I'm Lauren Khalil alongside Sal Hernandez. Thank you so much for joining us. We will continue this coverage all weekend long, and we'll see you for the next stage.